My wife, together 12, married 7, is leaving me for someone she has known 3 months. A little backstory to set the scene. When my wife and her brother were young, they were inseparable. However, he struggled with alcohol, which eventually led to a 10-year prison sentence. Despite his time away, he returned to his old habits and tragically passed away right in front of her. Fast forward to now, my wife, who is 30 and I 33, decided to start hitting the gym together. We were both thrilled with the changes we were seeing in our bodies. Not only did we feel fitter and healthier, but it also spiced up our love life. We were more attracted to each other than ever before, constantly wanting to be close. Then, just 3 weeks after her brother's passing, something unexpected happened. A guy struck up a conversation with her at the gym, and they hit it off immediately. I'll admit I felt a bit uneasy about it at first, but deep down I trusted my wife completely. She's always been such a kind-hearted person, and I never once thought she'd be capable of having an affair. Just last weekend, we had one of the most romantic days and evenings we've enjoyed in quite some time. It felt like we were really connecting on a deeper level, but this week things took an unexpected turn. My wife told me she couldn't continue without understanding why she felt such an instant connection with this guy from the gym. We've built a life together, we own a house, and we're parents to 3 pets who are like our children. Everyone in our circle, from family to friends, is shocked and heartbroken by her decision. They can't believe this is happening, and honestly, neither can I. The woman I knew just a month ago, or even last week, seems to have changed overnight. It feels like I'm living in a nightmare, one that I wish I could just wake up from and find that everything is back to the way it was. We've tried couples counseling 3 times already, and we have another session scheduled for Wednesday. Despite these efforts to work things out, it seems like my wife has already made up her mind and has quickly fallen out of love with me. The life I once knew feels like it's been turned upside down and shattered. Everything has changed so quickly, and it's been really tough to process. I just needed to share what's been going on and get it off my chest. It's been a heavy burden to carry alone. Update: 8 months later. Over the weekend, a thoughtful Redditor reached out to see how I was doing after reading about my situation in my previous post. Given the overwhelming response to my original post, I felt it was only fair to provide everyone with an update. About a month after my wife moved out, she took the step to file for divorce. As I was grappling with the emotional roller coaster of our separation, I decided to dip my toes into the world of online dating. I thought it might offer some distraction and a chance for companionship during this tough period. However, the reality of online dating turned out to be much harsher than I had ever imagined. Navigating the dating scene again was challenging, to say the least. Balancing the emotional weight of a failing marriage with the ups and downs of getting to know new people was tough. It was a stark reminder of just how complex relationships can be, and it made me appreciate the good times my wife and I shared even more. To keep myself busy and lift my spirits, I really dove into my workouts and made an effort to hang out with friends more often. Even though it was a challenging time, I was determined to stay positive and keep moving forward. Surrounding myself with supportive friends and focusing on my physical health helped me feel more grounded and confident. Recognizing the need for professional support, I also started therapy to help me process my feelings and navigate through the emotional turmoil. My first therapist wasn't quite the right fit for me, but I didn't give up. In December, I found a new therapist who I really click with. I've been seeing her on a regular basis, and she's been an invaluable source of support and guidance as I work through my emotions and try to make sense of everything that's happened. So that's the current state of things for me. It's truly been a roller coaster of emotions and experiences, with highs and lows that I never could have anticipated. Despite the challenges, I'm doing my best to navigate through this complicated journey and find my way forward. In mid-December, I received a heart-wrenching call from my wife. She was in tears, explaining that she had nowhere else to go and asked if she could stay in our guest bedroom. Even though she had hurt me deeply, there was still a part of me that cared about her and wanted to help. Against my better judgment, perhaps, I said yes. Love has this strange way of lingering, even when faced with betrayal and pain. It's a testament to the complexity of human emotions and the ties that bind us, even in the most difficult of circumstances. As for the guy from the gym, things escalated and took a pretty dark turn faster than I could have imagined. While the term narcissist gets thrown around a lot these days, this guy was on a whole different level. His toxic and manipulative behavior was shocking, and it was hard to believe that someone could be capable of causing so much harm. Having to deal with him only added to the stress and confusion I was already feeling, making an already complicated situation even more challenging to navigate. After staying in our guest bedroom for about a week, my wife decided to move out and stay with her parents for a month. During this period, she reached a breaking point and had a nervous breakdown. The emotional toll had become too much for her to handle, and she ended up taking a medical leave of absence from her job to focus on her mental and emotional well-being. It was a difficult time for both of us, and it further highlighted the destructive nature of the choices that had been made. It's been quite the whirlwind, filled with a mix of emotions and challenges that I never saw coming. Despite the ups and downs, I'm doing my best to navigate through this complicated journey and find some sense of stability. Even with everything that's unfolded between us, there's still a part of me that cares deeply for her and hopes she can find her way back to a healthier mental and emotional state. By mid-January, my wife decided to return to the house, but her behavior was still unsettlingly frantic and erratic. It felt as though she was going through withdrawal from some hard-hitting substance. The intensity of her emotions and actions was that overwhelming. Witnessing this side of her was both shocking and distressing, leaving me feeling unprepared and unsure of how to help. I never realized just how addictive and all-consuming toxic relationships could be until now. It's like being trapped in a complex psychological maze with twists and turns that make it incredibly hard to find a way out. The deeper you go, the harder it becomes to see a way back to a healthier path, and it's been a real eye-opener for me to witness firsthand the destructive power of such relationships. Witnessing her in such a vulnerable and distressed state was both heart-wrenching and deeply confusing for me. I wanted nothing more than to understand what she was going through and to be there for her, but it felt like trying to decipher a puzzle with missing pieces. The emotional rollercoaster we were on seemed never-ending, with highs and lows that left me feeling disoriented and unsure of what to expect next. I had always believed that love and relationships were supposed to be sources of comfort and stability. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that they could have such a powerful and sometimes destructive grip on someone's mind and emotions. Watching her act in ways that seemed completely out of character was both bewildering and alarming. This whole experience has been a steep learning curve for me. I'm doing my best to support her through her struggles, while also prioritizing my own well-being. Balancing these two aspects has been challenging, to say the least, but I'm committed to navigating this complex situation with empathy and understanding. The sheer complexity of it all continues to boggle my mind. Every day brings new insights and challenges, making it clear that love and relationships are far more intricate than I ever realized. Despite the confusion and uncertainty, I'm determined to stand by her and find a way through this together. She's been incredibly honest and transparent about her struggles, admitting that she's feeling mentally overwhelmed and recognizing that she's not currently in the right headspace to be in a relationship. Despite these challenges, she's showing a strong commitment to working on herself and understanding the underlying issues that have contributed to our current situation. She's been diving deep into various psychological concepts to gain a better understanding of herself and her actions. She's exploring the idea of inner child work, delving into how our nervous system reacts to trauma, and trying to understand why some people are drawn to toxic relationships, particularly if they've grown up in a toxic environment. Additionally, she's been studying anxious and avoidant attachment styles to gain insight into her own behavioral patterns and tendencies. Recently, she came across a book titled How to Stay Married that resonated deeply with her. The book tells the story of a wife who had an affair, and it was revealed that the root cause of her actions stemmed from unresolved childhood trauma. The parallels between that story and our own situation are eerily similar, which has been both painful and eye-opening for us. While it's hard to come to terms with these revelations, I can see where she's coming from and understand that she's on a journey of self-discovery and healing. It's a painful process for both of us, but I'm willing to forgive her and support her as she works through her past and strives to become a healthier version of herself. Despite all the challenges we've faced, she remains my best friend, and our connection is something truly special. We've been through a lot together, and it's clear that there's a bond between us that's hard to break. Over the past month, I've been heartened to see some positive changes in her. She genuinely seems happier and more at peace than she has been in at least a year, and it's been a joy to witness her rediscover aspects of herself that seemed lost. Last week, we took a significant and hopeful step forward in our journey together. We filed the paperwork to dismiss the divorce, signaling our mutual commitment to working things out and building a healthier, stronger relationship. It's a promising sign that we're both willing to put in the effort and make the necessary changes to move forward together. Both of us are currently engaged in individual counseling to work through our personal issues, and we're planning to start couples therapy soon as well. I understand that there will be skeptics who think I'm making a mistake by reconciling with her, but right now I genuinely feel happy and hopeful about our future. I believe in her and in us, and I'm willing to give our relationship another chance. We're both learning and growing through this experience, and I'm optimistic that we can emerge from this stronger and more united than ever before. I truly believe in her commitment to change and personal growth. She's taken the time to gain a deeper understanding of herself, reflecting on the patterns and behaviors that contributed to the challenges we faced in our relationship. It's been inspiring to see her determination to evolve and become the best version of herself, and I can see that drive and passion in her every single day. I recognize that trust is a delicate and fragile thing, especially after everything we've been through. However, I'm choosing to trust her again, hoping and believing that she's learned from our past mistakes and won't let us venture down this rocky path again. It's a leap of faith on my part, but it's a risk I'm willing to take because I see the effort she's putting in to make positive changes. Both of us are committed to our individual healing journeys, as well as to rebuilding our relationship together. We're investing time and energy into addressing our personal issues, seeking counseling, and working on communication and understanding. Seeing this mutual effort and commitment to growth gives me a renewed sense of hope and optimism for our future together. While the road ahead may still have its challenges, I'm hopeful that our shared commitment to change and our mutual desire to build a healthier relationship will see us through the tough times and help us emerge stronger and more connected than ever before. Edit. I've taken the time to read through all the comments, and I want you to know that I'm genuinely taking them to heart. Even the comments that have been less than kind, like being called stupid, chump, or doormat, haven't fallen on deaf ears. I understand where you're all coming from, and I appreciate the concern that many of you have expressed. To be honest, it's been a bit overwhelming trying to keep up with all the responses, and I just haven't had the time or the emotional bandwidth to respond to everyone individually. My primary focus right now is on trying to make things work and rebuild our relationship. I'm trusting my gut feeling that what happened was an isolated incident, and I believe that we can move forward from here with honesty and commitment. I'm fully aware that giving our relationship another chance comes with its own set of risks, and I'm not taking that lightly. But I'm willing to take this risk because I genuinely believe in her and in the potential for us to rebuild something meaningful together. If things don't work out as I hope, and I have to come back with an update that confirms your concerns, then I'll accept all the "I told you so" comments with grace. For now, though, I'm choosing to stay hopeful and optimistic about our future. I believe in the power of love, forgiveness, and personal growth, and I'm hopeful that we can navigate through this challenging time and emerge stronger and more united than ever before.